53rd annual Lord's Passover is going to be held down here in Florida. It's going down in South Florida, Cocoa Beach.
Friday, April 15th, 2022.
The lamb, the wine, the brotherhood, the sisterhood, you understand? Good music, good weather, palm trees, the whole nine.
This is going to be glorious. Book your hotels now at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida, 32926.
April 15th and the 16th. Don't just book for the 15th. Book for the 15th and the 16th.
It's going down Friday, April 15th at the Space Coast Convention Center.
Moses told Pharaoh we need 3 days to be able to go out into the wilderness and serve our power the way he commands. You're going to have to get that off with your boss, with your slave master. So make sure you in the building. Cocoa Beach, Florida, April 15th to 16th, 2022. It's going down. We'll see y'all there. Shalom.
Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000.
ISUPK 53rd Annual Lord's Passover.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the ISUPK down in Florida. I'm Captain of 10,000 Shamoy Yalo. We here to let you know 53rd annual Lord's Passover is going to be held down here in Florida. It's going down in South Florida, Cocoa Beach.
Friday, April 15th, 2022.
The lamb, the wine, the brotherhood, the sisterhood, you understand? Good music, good weather, palm trees, the whole nine.
This is going to be glorious. Book your hotels now at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida, 32926.
April 15th and the 16th. Don't just book for the 15th. Book for the 15th and the 16th.
It's going down Friday, April 15th at the Space Coast Convention Center.
Moses told Pharaoh we need 3 days to be able to go out into the wilderness and serve our power the way he commands. You're going to have to get that off with your boss, with your slave master. So make sure you in the building. Cocoa Beach, Florida, April 15th to 16th, 2022. It's going down. We'll see y'all there. Shalom.
Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000.
ISUPK 53rd Annual Lord's Passover.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the ISUPK down in Florida. I'm Captain of 10,000 Shamoy Yalo. We here to let you know 53rd annual Lord's Passover is going to be held down here in Florida. It's going down in South Florida, Cocoa Beach.
Friday, April 15th, 2022.
The lamb, the wine, the brotherhood, the sisterhood, you understand? Good music, good weather, the palm trees, the whole nine.
This is going to be glorious. Book your hotels now at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida, 32926.
April 15th and the 16th. Don't just book for the 15th. Book for the 15th and the 16th.
It's going down Friday, April 15th at the Space Coast Convention Center.
Moses told Pharaoh we need 3 days to be able to go out into the wilderness and serve our power the way he commands. You're going to have to get that off with your boss, with your slave master. So make sure you in the building. Cocoa Beach, Florida, April 15th to 16th, 2022 is going down. We'll see y'all there. Shalom.
Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000.
Only picking up from this direction. All right. Shalom Israel, Israelite School of UPK, 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Hit that share button, hit that like button. We're going over the heavy hitting topics. Babylon is falling, y'all. It's falling. It's become the habitation of devils. All right, let's get Revelations 11 and 14. If you have any questions, type them in. Please, let's get your questions. But we got a lot of good stuff to cover today. As you know, the whole world is in a turmoil because Russia is taking back the old Soviet Union. It is putting into play something that the ISUPK has been prophesying since before I was even in this school. Since 1969, the ISUPK been prophesying that the old Soviet Union would join back with Russia. Okay. Does the mic say it's picking up with the little green under the screen? Does it show? Okay, great. Okay, y'all, we got a new mic today too, so if there's any problems or static, anything like that, type it in the comment section. All right, they're going to be scared to hear what we have to say. All right, let's get Revelations 11 and 14. Before you get that, the title of today's class is Babylon is Fallen. America cannot fight a war on two sides. There's an old quote from Sun Tzu. I believe Sun Tzu said it. I believe other people have said it, that you can't fight a war on two fronts, or at least it's not wise to fight a war on two fronts. Look at Germany. Germany fought Russia and America at the same damn time. And at that time, Germany was damn near unstoppable, was an unstoppable war machine. The Germans were feared throughout the entire earth. They were hyped up on meth, and they'd come through and kill your village. They'd get there so quick. You be sleep one morning or sleep one night, wake up in the morning, and there's 1 million Germans in your city. You didn't even know where they came from. You didn't even know they was coming. That's how Germany did it. They moved with the Blitzkrieg strategy, and it was very effective. World War I, they fought a war. They fought the entire World War I, wasn't able to get into France, wasn't able to cross the DMZ, wasn't able to cross the certain places. The start of World War II, they crossed and conquered France. Paris. Hitler said he ain't going to destroy Paris because it's like monuments and national monuments and everything like that. But at the start of the war, they did more than what they did the entire war of World War II. And that's how powerful they were, and they fell for fighting enemies on both sides. When you look back in history, it's like a no-brainer. Like, why would Hitler fight the Russians while the Americans were coming at the same time? Why didn't you leave the Russians alone or whatnot? Or not try to wake the sleeping giant, which was America at the time. See, what you don't understand is you can't fight a war on two sides. That in warfare, in tactical warfare, that is the ace in the hole. When you can totally surround an enemy. That is when you basically can feel like it's only a matter of time before they lose. Rome's battle against Hannibal Barca. Hannibal Barca used a bow and arrow envelopment strategy where Rome got enveloped by the entire armies of Hannibal Barca, and the whole Roman army got wiped away. Supposedly 70,000 troops gone that quick. You cannot be surrounded and think you're going to try to. You can't. How you going to fight somebody who's in front of you and behind you? That's the worst way to fight. Let's get Revelations 11-14, and we'll break it down even more. The oppressor, he gonna be. I don't know how long, y'all. Make sure y'all tune in. I don't know how long this stream gonna go because America is shitting bricks right now, and they hear and what we speak in the UPK cutting to the core of what America is going through. Right. It's like if you kick somebody when they down. I won't be surprised if they end the stream or kill the stream or it automatically starts. We can't hear you, the volume, the static, this and that. I will not be surprised. Go ahead.
Brother said the mic sounds super quiet.
I know it, dude. Oh Lord, that's why I said they. Oh man, they're gonna be hearing it crystal clear today, and from here on out, I'll let you know what type of mic this is on sale for $30. First is $75, so this is $75 mic for $30. You know what I mean? And if you look at one of my take round breakdowns and listen to me talk, you'll hear the extreme difference of this mic that we used to use and the one I use in my office. Like, they can hear everything. They can hear me gulp. They can hear me take a sip. They hear that. That's everything they hear. Okay. So let's break it down. Like I said, we close to the end, y'all. I know y'all don't know it, but we closer as hell to the end. The end is nearer than when you first believed. I know everybody always say that, but I'm telling you, it's getting real serious out in these streets. Okay. First of all, the ISUPK war machine is on another level. Like, we're firing on all cylinders across the country and internationally. And we're going to Mexico, we're going to Puerto Rico, we're going to Dominican Republic. Like, we're starting to really stretch. And once we start getting them South American countries in this thing, you can pretty much stick a fork in it. It's done. America's done. Imagine us with our school of 20 or 30 brothers in Uruguay, in Colombia, in Puerto Rico, in Jamaica, in here, all these different countries. You know how much collaboration is going to go down? It's just going to be insane. Like, we're going to be moving on a whole nother level. And them Spanish tribes, they ain't no joke. Once they get the truth, they're going to run with it. They live in countries that ain't like America. It ain't like, it's police everywhere stopping you, Gestapo stuff. They living in like forest and Andes mountains and towns, Not to say their governments aren't oppressive, because they very much are. But as we get closer to World War III, all the countries are going to be fighting wars on both sides. Because when the word of the Lord comes, it causes division. You could thank the ISUPK for January 6th. And I'll tell you how. Because the teachings that we teach, it brings the spirit of the Lord. And the spirit of the Lord is for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to rule, and for the oppressor Esau to fall. So just spiritually, how we speaking, it starts making oppressors do things that's going to cause their own demise. All right, it's a heavy spiritual thing that happens when the truth gets into play. Right. When the truth happens, when the truth comes out, all the pieces get rearranged. Let's get Revelations 11-14.
This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. Excuse me. The second woe is past.
The second woe. That's the Second World War. It's already passed. Go ahead.
And behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
This Third World War, it's basically here, and it's going to continue to come. If I were to tell you the Third World War is here now, you would say, man, that was fast. I thought we had another 100 years. You thought you had a long time, huh? You didn't know it would go down in your lifetime, huh? Well, it's here. It's getting close. It's so close. We're gonna break it down for you. So, but this is just a prophecy that lets us know that it will happen. Right. If anything, it lets us know that it will happen. Not that it may or it might, that it will happen. So you can rest assured, as long as positive as the words Lord is, you can rest assured that the Third World War is coming. I think it's better where it was at. All right. Okay. So, now, when we talk about America fighting a war on two sides, who can guess what we're saying? Who can guess? I'm gonna give it out there in the field, in the air. See who can guess what we're gonna bring out. Let me see if the Spirit of the Lord is working out there, and with these military geniuses that watch our shows and in the UPK. Let me see if any of you can pick up on what's happening. On what do we mean by that?
Brother got a response.
Yeah, let's get it.
Says China and Russia.
Nope. That's all one side. That's not it. You gotta know history. You gotta know warfare. You gotta know scriptures. Give me that scripture, a house.
House divided.
Dang, don't say it. I ain't gonna say it.
Slide.
They might. Well, still, y'all. Let me see who online, or even in the classroom. Who knows what I mean when it says America can't fight a war on two sides? What are the two sides that America is going to have to is fighting right now, which is why America is so weak, as far as pertaining to where it used to be. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and read the scripture.
It's Mark chapter 3, verse 25. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand.
Okay. That's a clue. That's a hint at what I'm getting at. Who knows what I'm talking about? Who can use the correct word? It's one word that everybody knows. Everybody knows this word and what it means when we're talking about on this scale. Who can give me who can sum it up? America fighting a war on two sides. Let's go. Where you warfare brothers at, man? It's time to wake up the mighty men. It's time to wake up, brother. It's time to get all the way into warfare.
Brother responded.
Let's get it.
Democracy.
Is this the same, brother? No, it's not democracy either. How many people in the class right now?
We got 7. 4.
All right, let's get it. We got 7, 8, 9 people, 4, 5, whatever people. What is the two sides? For time's sake, I'm gonna get it.
I mean, I'll answer it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
They fight, obviously, a war against the nations. They fight a war within themselves, too.
That's it. The word is foreign and domestic. That's what they pulled the president in on that oath. That's part of his oath. You're going to fight enemies, foreign and domestic.
So, like,
go ahead.
All soldiers take that, too.
Oh, the soldiers take that oath? What's it called?
I don't know the oath name, but everybody who's...
If you could look that up, that would be clutch. If you could find the actual quote that says that part. You cannot fight an enemy on two sides. You cannot fight an enemy without and an enemy within. If you got into it with somebody, either a physical fight or just a fight in the law and the courts or in the neighbors or whatever, if you questioning yourself in the fight and you fighting the other person, you're gonna lose that fight. It's called resolve. You don't have your resolve, which goes into you don't have the reason strong enough in yourself to keep the fight going, no matter the things that come. Go ahead.
So like they got It's basically the same, but it applies differently. So you can take it as a civilian, and it's the oath of office,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got oath of enlisted. So oath of office applies to it might be a different one too, but it applies to civilian leadership. The oath of the enlisted applies to anyone in the military.
Let's get the military one, because the president takes this because he's military. He's the head state in chief, the head in chief of the military. Go ahead.
Oath of the enlisted, I, and then you state your name, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution
Mm-hmm.
of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
What?
Foreign and domestic.
Say it again.
Foreign and domestic.
Now, imagine if you had to fight the foreign enemy and the domestic enemy at the exact same time. Look at it like this. You're in your office. You're a high up person in politics, and you're in Washington, D.C. You're in your office conducting business, handling affairs, voting, casting votes, and you hear commotion outside. So you go to your security guards and you go look around and say, what's all this commotion? And there's 500 people outside your office knocking down your door, coming to kill you. So oh my God, you grab your stuff and the security says, come with us. You walk down the hallway and you run to a bomb shelter in your building. That's a domestic enemy. Now imagine that happened at the exact same time Russia made moves and attacks on you against foreign. How are you going to fight both? You got somebody in your face that you got to deal with. Then you got somebody 1,000 miles away. How are you going to get the reports? Oh, it's communication breakdown. Hold up, what's going on over there? Wait, what's going on over here? Oh my God, it's too much going on. This is what we do. Let's not do nothing. That's what America's doing right now. Russia is doing what it want to do. America has so many domestic enemies that right now it can't all the way focus on America. Russia is doing nothing. How do we know this is true? That America can't fight two wars on the same side, and that America is doomed to fall. Babylon is fallen, as the scriptures say. Outside the scriptures, what would somebody use? You brothers in class, and physically and internet. What's an example in history that you can pull up that proves or that supports not fighting an enemy on both sides at the same time, and how that can be extremely problematic to your country? Who can pull up an example of another country who did that?
So,
go ahead.
You said it earlier, Germany.
Germany. What's another one? Let's go for another one, because I already said that one. The brother was wise and cut on. What's another one? This one is a major one, though. This was bigger than Germany. It was brought down from within, like America's about to be. And be sure, I'm not saying the ISUPK going to do all this. I'm saying America got enough enemies. ISUPK ain't got to do nothing but read the scriptures and get black men off drugs and black women off stripper poles. That's all we got to focus on, our religion. That's all we got to do. But I'm bringing out something that's happening globally. Don't mean we're going to do it. It just means this is what's happening globally, and we're wise enough to understand it. Go ahead. Nobody knows some history? 5 words or 5 letters. ROME. I'm gonna be asking a lot of questions in today's class because I want y'all minds to be thinking, because it's time to go. It's warfare now. Like, we rested all winter, you know what I mean? We took our time. We ain't been at camps. We ain't been battling. It's about the camp season is about to get here. It's time to get it popping. I went to the Meijer the other day at like midnight on Sunday. I seen more black men in there than I ever seen any other time I ever went to that store. I took that as a sign. We're gonna go up there with some flyers when the next chance I get. Cause I ain't see nothing but brother, and they was helping me out too. I asked one brother, I'm trying to find this certain pineapple juice. He said he don't know. I walked away. He followed. He came back like 2 minutes later. Hey, I think I can help you. Walked me all around the store. Couldn't find it. Went and got some other helpers, and guess what? We couldn't find it. By the time I went up to the front to check out, guess who came running? Hey, I found it. I said, ain't this is a sign. This is a sign of the Lord. Like, I ain't never seen this many like young black men in my life. And then one day, and a brother came up to me in that same night and said, hey, Hebrew Israelite. And told his girl, look at my chain. Like, that's how you know I'm a Hebrew Israelite. So I said, damn, this is a sign of the Lord. This is a sign of the end for America. Like, brothers is waking up. Like, all we gotta do now is just, hey, look, come to class, brother. Hey, here you go. Because people know now. Like, it's a lot more widely known. And that's the first level in the pyramid of advertising, is making sure you're known. The next level is getting people to try you out. Once they come try you out, that's another level. That's going to be a smaller crowd. The next level is getting people to support you. Like saying, I liked it. I may do it again. And the final level of advertising, or what we want to do at the top, would be a smaller number, is people that say, this is all I'm going to drink. I'm only going to drink Coca-Cola because I love it and this is me. That's the final level. So we got the first level done. Like, pretty much everybody you run into know a little bit about the Israelite School of UPK, especially black men. Black men is really waking up. You know what I mean? So once some brothers start knowing, then next thing you know, we get another crowd that's going to come to class. There go one right now. You understand? It's a sign from the Lord. It's time for us to pick it up. So what I said, though, was Rome. If y'all caught it, Rome spells Rome. Answer me this online or in the classroom. What country or army took down Rome? Huh? What's the name of the country that defeated Rome? I'm going to answer that for time's sake, because none of you can answer that question. Because it wasn't a foreign army that took down Rome. Oh, shit. Go ahead, Salaki. What was it?
I know it's split. You had the Byzantine Empire, and it basically imploded, like America's going to do. But they before that, they split into two before they totally failed.
What they would also be called is barbarians. And barbarians at that time meant just different tribes and groups of military leaders that came from anywhere, and they sacked Rome. That wasn't even the fall, but that was part of the fall. But it was no one country that said, look, we're the mighty Assyrian, we're the mighty Greek, we're the mighty German people, and we're just going to fight Rome head to head. That's not how Rome fell. Rome fell from its instability. And from the instability, powerful leaders erected around in the power vacuums, and they imploded Rome and tore Rome apart from within. Actually, from within and from without. Because the barbarian horde that sacked Rome, they were from outside of Rome. But they were also from Rome's territory, but they were not Roman Italian people. They were different villages and people who had grievances against Rome and wanted to get in on the weakness of Rome. And you had powerful leaders that popped up. Septimius Severus, I believe, is one. I believe Spartacus is one that was part of the line of people who rose up against Rome. I'd have to double check on Spartacus, because since the movie, you can't tell what's fact in the movies. Go ahead.
So that was they actually crushed that one. So that was earlier, but he put that old spirit in there, to your point.
Yeah. Then you had the Jews. Nero blamed the Jews for burning down Rome and the followers of Jesus Christ. So Jesus Christ was another powerful leader who erected and got followers throughout the land that did not adhere to Rome. Part of the implosion of Rome. So you had powerful leaders come up and divide and tear apart Rome from Rome's instability. Give me Joel 3 and 9. It's like I got these words. One quick time. But how many people in the live stream?
We got 5.
All right, everybody who's in the live stream, stay in. Play the Passover commercial one quick time.
Go.
I gotta go to the restroom.
The way he commands, you gonna have to get that off with your boss, with your slave master. So make sure you in the building. Cocoa Beach, Florida, April 15th to 16th, 2022 is going down. We'll see y'all there. Shalom.
Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000.
ISUPK 53rd Annual Lord's Passover.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the ISUPK down in Florida. I'm Captain of 10,000 Shamoy Yalo. We're here to let you know 53rd Annual Lord's Passover is going to be held down here in Florida. It's going down in South Florida, Cocoa Beach.
Friday, April 15th, 2022.
The lamb, the wine, the brotherhood, the sisterhood, you understand? Good music, good weather, the palm trees, the whole nine.
This is going to be glorious. Book your hotels now at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida, 32926.
April 15th and the 16th. Don't just book for the 15th. Book for the 15th and the 16th.
It's going down Friday, April 15th at the Space Coast Convention Center.
Moses told Pharaoh we need 3 days to be able to go out into the wilderness and serve our power the way he commands. You're going to have to get that off with your boss, with your slave.
All right, Israel. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button. Let me give me a minute. Matter of fact, play that back again. I'm gonna share it a few times around. I need to share it. Make sure y'all hit that share button, hit that like button.
Master. So make sure you in the building. Cocoa Beach, Florida, April 15th to 16th, 2022 is going down. We'll see y'all there. Shalom.
Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000.
ISUPK 53rd Annual Lord's Passover.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is the ISUPK down in Florida. I'm Captain of 10,000 Shamoy Yalo. We're here to let you know 53rd Annual Lord's Passover is going to be held down here in Florida. It's going down in South Florida, Cocoa Beach.
Friday, April 15th, 2022.
The lamb, the wine, the brotherhood, the sisterhood, you understand? Good music, good weather, the palm trees, the whole nine.
This is going to be glorious. Book your hotels now at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida, 32926.
April 15th and the 16th. Don't just book for the 15th. Book for the 15th and the 16th.
It's going down Friday, April 15th at the Space Coast Convention Center.
Moses told Pharaoh we need 3 days to be able to go out into the wilderness and serve our power the way he commands. You're going to have to get that off with your boss, with your slave master. So make sure you in the building. Cocoa Beach, Florida, April 15th to 16th, 2022 is going down. We'll see y'all there. Shalom.
Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 100.
Lord, Passover.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. This is ISUPK down in Florida. I'm Captain of 10,000 Shamoy Yalla. We here to let you know 53rd annual Lord's Passover going to be held down here in Florida. It's going down in South Florida.
Let's go. All right. Now, the topic of today's class is Babylon is fallen and America cannot fight a war on two sides. The first example we pulled was Rome, how Rome fell. Rome fell foreign and domestic enemies. It didn't fall from some other mighty country that rose up. It fell from within, from its instability from within. All right, led by powerful leaders. Okay, this happened also in America during the Vietnam War. If you notice, during the time of the Vietnam War, there was domestic issues went very high. Domestic issues, who know what I'm talking about? What happened during the Vietnam War? Go ahead and put this out.
You had a lot of people protesting the war. They were anti-war, and so they stirred up a lot of trouble with the government and changed the public opinion about the war.
Yeah. Not only that, there was a lot of powerful, charismatic leaders that arose. What's some of the leaders that arose during Vietnam? That haven't even rose since, damn near. Two main characters, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King.
Right.
Two powerful black leaders rose up during the time of the Vietnam War. What also happened, the Black Panthers came into power a little bit before the Vietnam War. And the Black Panthers had a lot of power. Then you had the hippie movement. Guys like Charles Manson. Why do you think America's obsessed with Charles Manson? Why are he always on TV getting interviews every 5 years? Who know? Who know why? Who can give a guess online also? Online, people online. Give a guess. Why is Charles Manson such a big figure to the oppressor? Go ahead.
I know I'm probably wrong, but just taking a guess, he was just always waiting for. He was just always waiting for some type of bloodshed.
That's not why they obsessed with him.
Come.
When you think of the hippie movement, it was a movement. It had almost millions of followers. They had thousands of people move to San Francisco off of a damn song. They had Woodstock, we had 100,000 people? Now, who decided to have a Woodstock? Which man said we need to have a Woodstock? We need to all go to Woodstock, get high, and party. That's what the government looks at. When the government sees a large mass of people, it says, who's in charge here? Who made this? Who put this together? When you see a million man march, or you march on Selma, or the Muslims on TV and got boxers and on the news, they want, hold up, who's in charge of this? Why do they care about who's in charge of that? Go ahead.
So because that person can, again, influence people to go against the government and change public opinion.
Yeah.
Right.
Guess what? If Malcolm X is in charge, the government ain't in charge. If Charles Manson is running this, the government's not running it. That's a problem. That's what you call a vacuum of power. That's why they were obsessed with Charles Manson. Because if he can get 6 women or however many women to go commit a murder and be living in a damn cave with him, what else could he do? And when you look at the hippie movement, there's millions of hippies. What if his movement would have grown? He got 6 women ready to kill and die for him. Guess what? What if he gets 100 women to kill and die for him?
Right.
What if those 100 women get 100 more men to follow them and kill and die with them? Now Charles Manson is in charge of a cult, of a whole, he's a leader now. Now Charles Manson is on the news. Now what Charles Manson says matters because he has all these followers. That's why they were obsessed with Charles Manson, because he was a leader in the hippie movement and he started a movement, even if it was small. That small movement was to the government. How did this guy go in the hippie movement and get 6 hippie women to commit murder for him and cover it up and go to jail for the rest of their life for him? That's what a leader understands other leaders. That's what a leader looks for. A leader doesn't look at what do you think, what does he think. The leader only says, what's the other leader think? Forget the people, forget the followers. What does that leader say? That's the United States government, because the United States government knows its power is not absolute. We think America is absolute power. Without America, we won't eat. We can't survive. The sun won't shine because we're slaves and we're patriotic and we believe in America. But like the Wild Wild West, if America don't be in charge, the people are going to elect the sheriff, and he's going to be in charge of town. America knows that. So that's why the foreign and domestic enemy thing is said to every single soldier. Because they know domestic guys, somebody who's a leader in America can change and mess up our thing, can be an enemy to America. J. Edgar Hoover had got Malcolm X and Martin Luther King killed. You think he did that because they were insignificant? They were scared of them. Now, look at, we're in 2022. What's different now than what was in the 60s? Go ahead.
If I may, and I could be wrong, I don't want to please correct me, but just to kind of go over with everything you were saying, we just lost the war with them heathens in Afghanistan. We just lost that. We had to pull back out of people we lost.
But what's even more scary, I'll tell you. What's more scary is we have the internet.
Right.
You can be a guy in your living room and get millions of followers and millions of people to listen to you. Look at that dude who used to talk with a gravelly voice. America, the aliens, the Illuminati, the groups of power are going to take us down. And they took him off the air. He's like a white dude, fat, round ass head. InfoWars. Y'all remember the InfoWars? Alex Jones.
Oh, okay.
You think Alex Jones was a joke? Alex Jones was one of the top influencers in America off of his YouTube channel.
Right.
That nigga ain't run for office. That nigga opened up a YouTube channel and started talking about the Illuminati, they're eating children, the Pizzagate. Nah. And 1 million people followed him. I'm too out. He's damn near like a precursor to Donald Trump. Because the same people that supported him, they support Donald Trump. America can't, this is the thing. You want to know why America ain't going to war with Russia? Or like quickly? Because they got too many fucking domestic issues they worried about. There's too many domestic issues to worry about. They don't want to fight Russia right now. Who can answer me this? Why is Russia making a move now? Why not 5 years ago? Why not 10 years ago? Why not 6 months from now? Why now? Who can give me some insight as to why or some reasons? Go ahead.
Like I was going to say, probably one of the reasons they see all the turmoil that's going on in America right now.
That's 100% right. Do you think Putin was worried about some protesters busting down his office? Putin sitting in the fucking Kremlin like, damn, what the hell? They got them running out the White House. I would never allow this in my country. Ain't no protesters gonna make me run out of the Kremlin. This is to him, this is a sign. And then what happened after that? America didn't want to fight the war anymore in Afghanistan and Iraq. Damn, let ISIS run around in American tanks because America ran out of there so fast. They didn't even do a strategic pullout. They just was like, look, no more funding, get them out of there. ISIS even blew up and killed some soldiers as they was leaving. And what did America do? Killed some villagers and stuff and killed some regular average cats to the side and got the hell out of there. They didn't read like, oh, hell no, this is another strike on America. We need to fight this war again. They said, shit, hell no. Drop a bomb, kill some people before they killed our people, and let's get out of there. The Kremlin sitting back in this power and magnificent towers of gold and walls of gold and armies that are fucking loyal to the T, and he looking at America like, whoa, how the mighty have fallen. He getting with his strategic generals and everything like that, and they said, well, if America ain't do nothing in Iraq, if America having problems at home with terror with January 6th, this is a good time to make a move. I'm surprised they ain't make a move during election year. Ain't election year coming up? It's 2 more years? Yeah, I'm surprised they ain't make a move during election year. 2024? Okay. Because to me, that seems like that'd be a good time to make a move. Because hey, they run around for office and stuff. You know what I mean? Shoot, that might be a good time to make a move. Because if you're trying to be the president and there's a war or some stuff going on, what you gonna do? They might do some more shit around that time. They probably already know. They're like, well, look, shoot, Biden and Trump will be fighting. Shit, fuck taking Ukraine. Let's take Belarus also. Let's take Poland back also. Right. Let's take Azerbaijan, Turkmenistan, any other countries that they're ready to take. China probably gonna take Taiwan. Everybody gonna make a move. Shit. I'm gonna make a move. America ain't gonna do shit. At this point, America got too many problems on every side. Okay? So, Joel 3:9, let's get that. This is the spirit in the earth.
This is Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war.
What are you heathens, all the countries going to do?
Prepare war.
Go ahead.
Wake up the mighty men.
Make them go to sleep.
Wake up the mighty men.
Make them put down their guns.
Wake up the mighty men.
Make them stop invading other little countries.
Wake up the mighty men.
The Spirit of the Lord ain't say to go to sleep and sit back and live your life. The Spirit of the Lord ain't say that. The Spirit of the Lord said, wake them up. As we speak right now, there is Ukrainian strongmen taking over that are backed by the Russians. So basically, Ukraine is broken up by regions, okay? And you have a leader for each region. And then they all have a supreme leader. Some of the leaders of the regions have turned against the supreme leader of the country and decided to join with Russia. They're waking up. They're saying, fuck, forget all this. We don't need to sleep. We need to go get our guns together and join with our brethren. They're waking up the mighty men. You understand? They're waking up the brothers of war. Go ahead, Will.
Question for you, I want Shalak, if I may. Aren't they just calling them pro-Russian Ukrainians?
They're calling them separatists and rebels.
Right. So what?
That's what you'll see. You'll hear, if you hear anything that say on the news that talk about separatists or rebels in Ukraine, those are people who live in Ukraine that love Russia and that don't love America. They want to join Russia. They don't want to join America. When the Russian soldiers come through, they don't want to shoot at them. They want to welcome them and say, how do you say hello in Russian? Mahayim Shalavim or something. I don't know. They want to say that. They want to say hello. And, hey, welcome, brother, Russian brothers of the Bulgaria place of our origin. You know what I'm saying? You know, they all Bulgarian and Slavic and all that. Hello, my fellow Bulgarian Slavic brother. They don't want to join America. Why would you want to think about it? Why would you want to join America when Russia's right next to you? You want to join somebody who's 1,000 miles away when you got somebody 20 minutes down the way with 200 tanks and armies and stuff. Come on now. It's plain to see who you're going to join. I'm going to join with the people 4,000 miles away, and they're going to send me supplies, and I'm going to fight the people 20 minutes down the street. Come on now. Come on. Ukraine is done. Stick a fork in it. It's done. Ukraine is done. Russia don't even have to go in Ukraine. Just Russia being by Ukraine is making the other regional commanders bow down to Russia. Because guess what? Russia bringing food. Russia bringing money. Russia bringing guns. So why not? America ain't bringing shit. I heard the report America and NATO sent some helmets over. They sent over a couple thousand helmets. So you sitting there getting some helmets while the other guys, they getting reinforcements, they getting weapons, guns, truckloads of goods. You like, shoot, it's only a matter of time before the whole Ukraine flip. It's only a matter of time. So America has its domestic issues, and it has a foreign enemy and domestic issues kind of pumping up at the same time. Okay, we never had a January 6th before. That was the first time in history. Don't make it seem like, oh, it's been like this before and America bounced back. No, it has never been a January 6th. You never had a group of people like it was today, like it was January 6th, storm the White House like that. Besides, I think like the Civil War maybe, because it was a Civil War. So obviously that was like the line right there between the North and the South. All right. Russia knows all this. They see Afghanistan and Iraq. Guess who's ISIS number one ally? Russia. Let's get Matthew 24:6. And I say all that to say this: World War III is here. World War III is here. The third war has come, and it's time to wait. It's time to get right with the Most High. Get right with your brothers. Join your people, because Christ is returning with 200 million angels. Let's get Matthew 24:6.
It's Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Mm-hmm.
See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
All you're going to hear of right now, you're hearing the wars and rumors of war. Don't be troubled. This is talking about to the Israelites who serve the Lord. But if you don't serve the Lord, you better be troubled.
Right.
You better get down with the UPK and start serving the Lord. All right, keeping the commandments. If you ain't 100% sure of your salvation, you better start getting sure in the UPK. Okay. Let's get
You want verse 7?
what does it say?
Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation,
Mm-hmm.
and kingdom against kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places.
Who knows about the pestilence that just happened in America? It was just all over the news. Family Dollar, I think it was, or Dollar General. I don't want to get sued with defamation. One of them had thousands of rodents in their warehouse, to the point where it's a recall on damn near everything you got. And everything you done bought from Family Dollar or whatever store, even if they shipped it to a different store, guess what? Is there no recall on it? Because this pestilence, roaches and rats have been all over. You can check the news and know exactly which one. Now, what's another famines? Cutting off of the food. That's coming also. Let's get Isaiah 13:4. because there's a scenario I want you to understand that the government understands, but us as an everyday person, we don't understand this scenario. We don't think like this. So to us, it's like, oh, we have not considered. But let's believe the oppressor, he considered it and he's scared. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people. A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together.
A tumultuous noise of kingdoms gathered together. Go ahead.
The Most High of hosts mustereth the host of the battle.
The Lord is mustering the hosts of the battle. The Lord is bringing all these armies to prop up. Go ahead.
Verse 5. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Most High.
Guess what? Every country going to be bringing in armies. Even the Most High going to bring in an army. That's 200 million chariots. 200 million angels. Go ahead.
And the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land.
God's going to destroy everything at World War III. Go ahead.
Verse 6. Howl ye, for the day of the Most High is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
The day of the Lord is a destruction from the Almighty. You thought COVID was bad. COVID was just the beginning. The Lord got a lot more up his sleeve than just COVID. Let's get some more.
Verse 7. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
They're going to be scared. Everybody's going to be scared of the wars that's to come.
Right.
People acting and talking tough. Right now, people talking tough. Like the average white man, he talking tough. Oh, Russia, we America, and we this and that. Tell me this. If America loses a battle over there fighting the Russians in Ukraine, how many of y'all going to run to the recruitment office? Huh? How many of y'all about to run to the recruitment office and say, well, look, I need to go over there to Ukraine. I need to go fight. Read that scripture one more time.
Okay. Verse 8, and they shall be selected. Verse 7, therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
That's what's really going to happen. That's what's really going to happen. And those people whose heart is faint, they're gonna what's the word? They're going to gravitate to strong men, to strong leaders. That's why when Vietnam was happening, whenever there's like instability in the country, these strong leaders pop up. Your Malcolm X's, your Martin Luther King's. All these little leaders pop up and movements pop up. Black Panthers, Huey P. Newton. The Mexican brothers, there was a brother named like Chavez or something, who was the leader for the Mexican brothers out in the fields. These type of cats pop up because people are feared. People are afraid. They don't know what to do. They used to tell you what? If you're scared, go to church. Why they tell you if you're scared, go to church? Who knows? Why was that a saying? Online too. Let me get some online participation. How many people online? Cool. Why they used to say, if you're scared, go to church? Type in your answers. This is why they tell you if you're scared, go to church. Because you're scared. So that means you need to go follow somebody. That's what that means. You need to go to the church because the church pastor, he will lead you and guide you. Because if you're scared, how are you going to lead and guide yourself? So that's just another way of saying, go to where the strong man is at. The pastor, he's a strong man. I'm the pastor. I know God's word. I tell you what Jesus said, and I'm God, and you sisters, and you need to listen to me. I know what the community needs. I wear a suit. I got money. He's strong. He ain't scared. The pastor ain't sitting there. Everybody, we don't know what we're gonna do. Go be scared. The pastor ain't scared. The pastor, he got full confidence that he know what to do. Even though the scriptures say the blind lead the blind, they both shall fall into a ditch. The point is still the same. That they saying go to a leader, go to somebody who can lead you and help you in your fear.
Right.
That's what happens when there's global instability, wars, rumors of wars. Okay, it's called the vacuum of power. Give me any more on Isaiah?
You want verse 8?
Well, hold on. Yeah, let me get verse 8.
Verse 8. They shall be afraid. Pains and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth.
You know when people going to be really afraid in America? When you go to the grocery store and there ain't no groceries.
Right.
You want to see panic? That's going to be some real panic right there. And I ain't talking about, it's a concert or we don't know. Like, people are going to be really panicking. I'm talking shooting and rob you for your food panicking. And that's going to happen. Give me more.
They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames.
They're going to be mad. They're going to be mad and they're going to be inflamed and afraid. Panic is what it's describing. Scriptures is describing panic. Most of us have not had the misfortune to witness panic. But it is not a pretty sight.
Right.
Go ahead. Any more?
Verse 9. Behold, the day of the Most High cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger.
That's right.
To lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
I'm sorry to say, for you sinners, you're going to be the first ones to go. The sinners are going to be the first ones to go. The Lord going to take you out. Go ahead.
You want verse 10?
Yep.
Verse 10. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light.
The stars of heaven is talking about the leaders. The stars is like you a star, like Will Smith. He was a star. Where's Will Smith light, though? Light means you give people hope and direction. Like, I need to be like LeBron James. I need to go to the NBA and be like Michael Jordan, because Michael Jordan is a star. So if you want to know what to do with your life, do what Michael Jordan did. Be like Michael Jordan. Be like Mike. That was even a saying. Be like Mike. They had a whole movie about the shit. Be like Mike. That's what it means. The stars, they're not going to shine anymore. You're going to say, well, I want to be like Mike. You ask a kid, what you want to be when you grow up? They're not going to say, I want to be like Mike anymore.
Damn right.
There's going to be no more light from the stars. They used to tell a kid, they used to ask, when I was a kid, they used to say, what you want to be? A doctor, a lawyer, or the president? The kid said, I want to be the president. They said, yeah. Stupid. Like they really, but they had hope that, see, this kid could be the president. There's hope. There's a light in that. Ask a kid nowadays what he want to be and tell him you want to be the president and see what type of, see how much light is in that interaction. Right. They're going to tell you, if he's a smart kid, he's going to say something slick to you. Like, you can't be I'm not going to be no president of this BS or this bullshit or something. They're going to say something. But the light is no more shining anymore. Used to want to be in the NFL. Used to want to be in the NBA. I'm so happy that the NFL and the NBA done dropped some of this prestige, because Negroes it controlled and enveloped in the thought of being a damn NBA player and a damn NFL player. It's like there was nothing else in the world except that, or being a rapper. And now even the rappers are falling. Like people don't even think rappers are that great. Rappers getting shot and killed, knocked off. Jay-Z getting talked about. You know, 50 Cent do a show. They making memes and talking shit about him. Talking about he's too fat shaming him. It's not like it used to be. It used to be the stars was like utmost respect. Snoop Dogg, you know. Now it's like, you're a YouTube sensation. You're 15 minutes of fame. But there ain't nobody like really following your movement. Like Tupac was about to be a movement. Like if they would never killed Tupac had niggas getting tattoos and dressing like him. Yeah. But my thing with Tupac though, he was on another level. Like I seen video where cats was wearing their do-rag to the front and a little what's that little strap, this little jean strap thing that Tupac would wear? They would dress just like Tupac. Like they little Tupacs. Like they little Pacs. Like Tupac was the type to be a leader, to make cats do stuff. And where are the Tupacs at today? Where are the big rap mogul leaders of today? They're not as influential as they used to be. Back in the day, Prince, Michael Jackson, like they were stars. Like, I mean, you know, drop your draws, stars. Females, of course. Nowadays, where that type of star power at? They don't have that type of star power anymore. Thank God. The scriptures is coming real. The stars lose their shining. Go ahead, Warrior.
If I may, especially in the sports arena, when if Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians ain't found out by now that we ain't been nothing but the damn oppressors' entertainment, something that they'll never be, then yo, you ain't even got eyes and ears.
Yeah, it don't have the same power as it used to. The same appeal. The Super Bowl happened 2 weeks ago. I mean, how many people was jumping up in Super Bowl parties all over town? Nobody was even giving a fuck. Did you hear about a whole bunch of Super Bowl parties all over town about this? I didn't even know the Super Bowl was about to happen. Right. Did you know?
La.
15 years ago, we would have all knew the exact day and who was playing and where we gonna watch the game. We would have knew all that about the Super Bowl. All three of us. We would have all been watching the Super Bowl, remembering every play, every star. When Jerome Bettis ran that touchdown on the Giants and the Steelers, we'd have known when Tom Brady won the Super Bowl once again. We would have been all over it. But where's the star power at now? We're part of this equation. We count. Read that scripture one more time. Whenever you read about this moon and the sun they're not shining anymore, it's talking about the stars, the leaders, the people that are in charge being the leaders. Go ahead.
Verse Isaiah chapter 13, verse 10. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his in his going forth.
Now, hold on. What does the sun do? Who knows? What does the sun do? Go ahead.
Shines, I want.
It shines, and with that shining, what do we get? We get light. And with that light, we can see where to go. You can see what to do. In the middle of the night, if you go outside, ain't no light, how you gonna know where to go? It's dark. Everything's dark. But if the sun is out, you can see where you want to go. You have light. You have direction. You can go. That's what the leaders are. The leaders give you direction, like light. Back in the day, there was a saying, I remember from this movie, Prince of Egypt. They said the Pharaoh, he was the morning light and something like that. He was the morning light, the morning star, or the morning sun. They called him the morning sun because he shined and gave people direction and light. He was the leader, showed people how to do things. All right. That's what it means to be a star in the scriptures. All right. There's some people talking online or something. Okay. Let's get now, hold on. With that in mind, this is why the government is scared to really getting into a big war overseas, because they'll fight a war, foreign and domestic. Who can tell me what happened during the summer of 2020? Who remembers? Who remembers? Go ahead.
Shalak, if I may, I may be wrong. Was that when all the Breonna Taylor and things was going on?
Yes.
Breonna Taylor and George Floyd.
Yes. And what happened?
Ahmaud Arbery.
And what happened during that time?
Even ones that know that they're Israelites, just blacks, Hispanics, and natives, and Indians, the indigenous, they rose.
What else happened? Because we weren't the only ones doing stuff.
Con.
You had white people out there too.
Damn right, them heathens.
And what did they do?
In survival mode.
and what did they do downtowns? Every downtown in America, they boarded up the walls, the windows. Cats was running in the stores, taking all the stuff out. Anarchy. Now, America knows this. Another thing that happened, you had different groups popping up. The alt-rights and the liberal ones. What's the liberal group called? They always wearing black hoodies and stuff. And they like democracy and America's bad and cyber terror, cyberness. Go ahead. Not Tea Party.
Antifa.
There you go. Antifa.
So-called anti-fascist.
There you go. Antifa rose in power. A lot of them little riots, they wasn't organized by black people. Antifa organized that shit. Right. Along with Black Lives Matter. Antifa was organizing a lot of that. Them cats at with assault rifles and stuff, that was Antifa. Now, if that were to happen again while America's fighting a full-fledged war, all this money and attention and CIA operatives and FBI operatives is focused on a war overseas, that's a problem. What's another problem that happened? What's another thing that rose up during that time that carnally looked like a serious problem? Got national news media. Go ahead.
If I may, defund the police.
And not that, what else? What's something more powerful than that? It was all over the news. NFC. Over 1,000 armed black people walking the streets of Louisville, Kentucky. We're not affiliated with the NFC. But picture this. This is the scenario I want you to picture in your mind. This is war games. This is how you got to think if you want to really get down into what's going on. Imagine you're America and 100% of your army, millions of your army are fighting overseas. Millions. To the point where you have women, they putting women in factories because there's not enough men. Right? Imagine that's going on now, right? The women are in factories doing men jobs, putting tanks together and bombs. It's in full-fledged war machine mode in America. And a group like the NFC takes 1,000 armed people and bust open a prison. When all your forces are overseas. They bust open a maximum security prison, give all of them guns, and they hold down the prison. But they don't do it just one prison. They do it coordinated with 50 prisons across the whole country. Now you have 50 prison riots, prison breaks across the entire country. While and not only that, you're fighting millions of armed forces overseas. All your battleships, your planes, your tanks, you got millions of people. You got women in the factories because there ain't enough men. The only men here is 40-year-old white men. That's the only men here. There are no more 20-year-old white men. Every 20-year-old white man is gone. From 20 to 35 is gone. Only 40 and up white men, 35 and up white men is left in the country. And women are in the factories. And you just had a prison break. You had 50 prisons get busted into, and all the prisoners got armed. They gave the prisoners guns. And they took over the prisons, and they moved out and start spreading through towns. And you have little battles all over the country for the different guys who got out of prison. Best believe if I'm in the prison at that time, they're breaking out. I'm getting out. I ain't standing that bitch. It's World War III. It's the end of the world. I'm getting out. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting out. It's World War III. It's Mad Max. It's all that going on. On top of that, you have militia groups of white men taking over small towns around the country at the same time. They taking over entire towns. Like they have, you seen the little towns where they have the little meetings with like 5 or 6 or 10, council members. They're having a meeting with the council members and the cops of that town, and 30 armed civilians of the town come in and take over the meeting with their guns and tell all them councilmen, get the fuck out. This is our council now. And they take over the town with the assistance of police. So there's a division in the police. Some police are supporting it, some are not. And that's happening simultaneously across the country. These are the scenarios that the think tanks have to fight and have to think about. We don't think about that. We like, well, shoot, hey, that was a one thing. That was a one-time thing. But a leader doesn't see that. A leader sees other leaders popping up. The same when it was Vietnam, which was a small war, Martin Luther King popped up. Malcolm X popped up. Think if you want an even bigger war than Vietnam, and a Martin Luther King and a Malcolm X pops up. What if you have 10 Malcolm X's? 50 Malcolm X's? 50 black leaders that just pop up all over the country and have big followings, and they're on the news, and they got 30 guys, 50 guys walking behind them, to the police station saying, let our guy out of jail. That's what Malcolm X did. He had like 50 suit and tie, bean pie, motherfuckers. They walked up. You seen the movie. That movie was based off of reality. The Muslims, they even killed one of our brothers. So it was going down. One of our founders, Abba Bivens, actually one of the main founder, Abba Bivens, was killed by Muslims when they were in real power under that Malcolm X type shit. Imagine you have 50 Malcolm X's all over the country, different organizations. They're not all Muslims. Some are Muslims, some 5%ers, some Israelites, some Christians, some, Illuminati crazy motherfuckers. Some just believe in everything. 50 NFCs pop up. We're going to get our power. No, you best believe we're going to get ours. But we're not carnal. So we're not running around shooting up stuff. We just get power by getting the people to follow Christ. Like how it was in Rome. All right. So now imagine you have all these groups all over the country rising up, taking over little towns, and you got a serious war across the country. And you getting reports every day. 5 million soldiers was killed in fucking Basra somewhere. And you get a report 25 cities in America are rioting. If you're the leader, how do you solve that? How do you wake up that morning and handle business that day? You got 40 prison riots, you got 50 towns being taken over, and you got 5 million soldiers just got bombed in Taiwan somewhere with battleships get blown up out the sky because China released a new weapon that you didn't even know China had. Or Russia. Because these countries really don't know what each other have. They try to make it seem like they know, what the fuck's going on. They don't know what Russia got. How could they know what Russia have? Spies? Like the spies is really, giving you all the intel. You think you know. The spy don't even know what everybody got. Nobody know what everybody got. You think Joe Biden knows every single weapon in the military arsenal? There's no one person that knows all that information. You see what I'm saying? Like, even if you were to sneak into their computer system and see all their weapons, you would have to have somebody studying all their weapons for like a year just to even understand half of them. Because every branch has different weapons and experimental shit that ain't all the way on the books, ain't public record, ain't used. They got the ray gun over here, the laser gun over here, the anti-aircraft crap over here, the supersonic, subatomic, submarine test machine over here. Don't know one person know all the information. There's too much information to know. Russia don't know every weapon that Russia has. They pretty much know all their commanders, and their commanders know what's in their unit. Nobody knows. So in war, the scriptures say war is nothing, is confused noise with garments wrapped in blood. I think that's coming up. Let's get that scripture. It's in Isaiah chapter 13. Confused noise with garments rolled in blood. We think war is drones and satellites and dropping stuff and knowing what the fuck's going on. War is utter confusion. Go ahead, Warrior.
If I may, just to rub in what you was talking about with the NFAC, you know, it's just crazy. I don't want how you bring up history. And long story short, and please correct me when I'm wrong. Basically, how everything just fell apart. You know, the little bit that I know and what I do know about later coalitions like the NFAC, how it just all fell apart and it was all just deception.
Well, this is the thing
go
ahead. This is the threat, though. Even though the actual NFAC fell apart and their leader got arrested and the forces were disbanded, right? Even though that's actually happened, the threat of more groups like that popping up, NFAC popped up in what, 3 months? 1 minute there was no NFAC. Next minute there's 1,000 motherfuckers walking down the street with ARs. 3 months time. That's the threat. And they don't think NFAC was a big deal because that was just one group. The problem is, what if there's 50 NFACs all over the country rising up at the same time? That's where you go when there's a serious vacuum of power. That's what you have to consider, because that's what happens. When the school shuts down, when there's no more food stamps, you go to the government office and it's boarded up. Some people are going to eat somehow. Niggas ain't about to just fall over like, oh, America is not helping me like I thought. Let's just die off and crumble and plead for America to return. Let's just cry for America. Niggas, some people are going to take matters into their own hands. That's what the government, that's the domestic. When they say, I'm going to protect you, we got to fight enemies, foreign and domestic. The domestic enemies are the people that will take matters into their own hands. Like the NFAC leader. He took matters into his own hands and said, look, y'all get guns, shut the fuck up, come walk down the street with me. Everybody hold your shit. You know what I'm saying? Commander General Hanna, he's not like NFAC where we do that. Commander General Hanna take matters into his own hands, and he got tons of men that will do it also. Damn right. And we get power. We get connections. We get vehicles. We get weapons. We get brothers. We get sisters to follow us. We get financial support. We get political support. We, people, all type of shit happens. The threat is that's the threat of the domestic enemy. How are you going to fight that and fight Russia? Russia is not only Russia. It's trying to recreate the Soviet Union. So technically, Russia is the USSR, the Soviet Union, is a collection of about 20 countries. So you're not just fighting Russia, you're actually fighting 25 countries. Moldova, Azerbaijan, Turkmenistan, Ukraine, Jordan, Georgia, they're all over here. I got a whole list of them in my office. Pull up the old Soviet Union countries real quick. And then on top of that, you fighting China, because China's with Russia. Go ahead, Ward.
If I may, just one last thing, and unlike the ISUPK under Commander Jen Yohana, when anybody had the power to do something, especially to help their people, no one's done that. No one's done that besides Commander Jen Yohana under the ISUPK. And I just want to say the water. So I want Commander Jen Yohana
for Commander Jen Yohana. And guess what? All the men that Commander Jen Yohana rose up.
Right.
That's part of the threat of the, when I said the 50, what if it's 50 groups all over the country that rise up with 100 men and just take over the city corner, take over a block? In Seattle, the damn protesters took over a whole city block. Police were scared to run down on them because they had guns. They didn't want to have a shootout. Imagine that happening in every major city. What order can one man give to solve that problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, it's happened in St. Louis, Detroit, Kansas City, New York, Newport, Delaware, Oregon, California, San Francisco, Texas, everywhere. And on top of that, the cartel then moved the border from then moved and expanded the border of Mexico. Now you got cartel fighting the border patrol officers, and they done made the border. They done pushed the border back. What order? What one command are you going to give for every situation, and it'd be right? Like, even if you have a chance, all right, let's talk each situation one by one. All right, let's worry about Portland, Oregon. What's going on there? Well, in Portland, Oregon, they took over the mayor's house. They got guns. They took over the city block. The city's in shutdown. Okay, tell them to do this, that, and that, and I'll fix that. What's next? Yeah, in Houston, Texas, they got the cartel that moved in. They got a Hebrew Israelite group that's real strong, feeding people, and they got a big following. And the police chief resigned. Okay, this is what you do for that. All right, what's next? Well, in Newport, Virginia, the damn Yankee mountain people of Virginia then took over the whole country, took over Virginia with guns. They took over the police, and there's no police in Virginia at all. There's no government. There's just a whole bunch of inbred fucking Virginia. Yeah, on the hills have eyes, and took over all of Virginia. And they robbing every trucker that come by that drive down the street. Every truck that drive down Virginia, the damn Hills Have Eyes people jumping out. Get rid of stuff. You need to pay a tax. Go in the truck and get half the stuff out. You got a tax around here. This is the new government. Me and my 10 hillbilly folks. We run this part of town. All right. This is how you solve that. Do this, do that. All right, let's deal with another problem. People in New York City is going wild. You got New York City, oh my gosh, how you going to solve that problem? That'd take a whole day just to figure out what you're going to do with New York City. And at the same time, you got to fight what? Name the countries they got to fight when they fight the Soviet Union. Because I ain't even going to call it Russia no more. It's just the Soviet Union by now.
It says, in its final years, it consisted of 15 Soviet socialist republics. Armenia. Azerbaijan,
Belarus, Georgia, Kyrgyzstan, Latvia, Lithuania, Moldova, Russia, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Ukraine, and Uzbekistan. On top of all the stuff you got to deal with in America, you got soldiers on each one of these countries. Now you got to go over every country and decide what to do in each one. At some point, you're just going to say, look, everybody going to have to do what the hell they got to do. Whatever's your situation, deal with the best way you can. Because we can't figure it out here in Washington, D.C. We can't give you the orders from here because it's too many fucking orders. You give an order, all right, this is what you're going to do in Belarus. Move the soldiers here, move them there, move them here, move them there. You wake up tomorrow and they say, well, the people in Belarus, they never got the order. They never got the order. We don't know why. What you going to do now? Now you got a whole troop in fucking Belarus that didn't get the order you gave yesterday. On top of that, you got 15 other problems over here, 30 problems over there. This is what a leader have to deal with. And which one do you think Donald Trump can handle that? You think sleeping Joe Biden he really the man? He's like a military genius to solve all them type of problems in the same time span? There ain't no man alive that can fight all that at once. That's why you don't fight wars on both sides. You want to have one side clear, and then you fight the ones over there. That way you can focus all your attention on one. Think if we had to fight people outside the school, and there was a brother in the school that was a spy. All right, y'all, we're going to all go to this spot at 6 o'clock. They got a truck there. It's got a whole bunch of fruits and vegetables. We're going to pay them. They're going to sell us the fruits and vegetables. We're going to feed it to the people. We get there, the police done locked it down. Now it's a spy amongst our ranks. How are we going to fight the police and the spy inside? We done. We pretty much done for, because now we looking at each other like, damn, did the Patazar tell them that we was going to buy all these fruits and vegetables? I mean, the Patazar been a loyal soldier. He couldn't have done it. It got to be Shemashwan. He a new brother. Man, Shemashwan seems solid. I don't know. It's that other brother. That new trooper. It's him. I always thought he was a little weird. Yeah. And then we go to him and tell him, get the hell out of our camp. And it wasn't him. You see, it's not going to work. You can't fight outside and fight inside. This is what America about to do. And America's going to get fucked up. Babylon is falling. Go ahead, Warrior.
So like I was just going to back you up with just looking at how the Black Panthers was like you said, a popular group, did a lot for people, but they messed up when they started letting devils in there, because then they imploded from the inside, exposed all their corruption and drug dealing and everything else, and then they figured when they were doing something strong for the community, they would have stuck together and just had them. Really, you got to serve the Lord, but worldly, if they would have stuck together, they would have been better off.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
But the real problem is not the Black Panthers. The problem is, what if there's 50 Black Panthers? 120 Black Panther groups all over the country. What are we going to do? Let's kill their leader. That's what they're always going to do. They're always going to say, let's kill their leader. Well, who's their leader? This guy. Well, what will happen when we kill their leader? Well, it'll go down to their second in command. Who's their second in command? They don't have one. Perfect. Kill him. Oh, what if the second in command, they're like, well, we don't want the second in command to take charge because he's more crazy than the first in command. Then they're going to say, well, let's not kill their leader then, because that may also give him more notoriety. Let's do something else. Now you gotta do all this thinking of what to do and fight Moldova, Latvia, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, right, Belarus, Russia, China, Moldova, Ukraine. This shit just not possible. There's no group of 20 guys who can figure all that shit out, or 40 guys. I don't know how big your government gonna be to figure this out. It's gonna be a breakdown. That's what's gonna happen. That's what the point is. You're gonna be trying to solve all these problems at once, but somewhere there's gonna be a breakdown. This is how a breakdown happens. You're the government. You're the president. You have 10,000 soldiers, and you got one commander. They're in one of them countries, Moldova, right? They're in Moldova, and they're fighting the Moldovese people, and they're trying to decide, do they want to take the capital or do they want to just surround it? So they asked the White House. White House says, man, don't take the capital, just surround it. The guy who's in Moldova says, hold up. If we don't take the capital right now, we will never get a chance to get the capital, because Russia's about to bring reinforcements and we're going to die. We got a report that we believe Russia sending 20,000 soldiers to wipe my whole unit out next week. If we don't take the capital, it's going to take a week to take the capital. If we don't take the capital right now, we're going to die. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to disobey the command. The command told them to wait. They're going to say, fuck that waiting shit. We're going to fucking die out here. We can't wait. We fucking hungry. We're starving. We've been away from our kids for 6 months. We want to get this shit over with. They're going to disobey the order. That's where the breakdown starts. If you start, when America starts fighting enemies all over and giving out commands all over, and the people on the ground disagree with the command, because that happens when you give commands and you're not fully thought them out. When you're fighting too many enemies, it starts being a confusion and breakdown. Read that scripture. Scripture said war is this.
Oh, you want to?
It's in Isaiah, confused.
Isaiah 9:5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise.
How many? What battle?
For every battle.
Every battle. What battle?
Every battle.
Some of the battles.
Every battle.
A couple, 1/3 of the battles.
Every battle.
Every battle. Every single battle. Go ahead.
Of the warrior is with confused noise.
Mm-hmm.
And garments rolled in blood.
This is how World War III will be. Confused noise. Guess what? You in charge of 10,000 American soldiers in Moldova. And guess what? You got the order, go take Moldova. But guess what? That wasn't even an order from America. That was the fucking Russians that fucking gave you a fake order because they found out some is suffering. That's the confusion you got to deal with. Was this really given from America, from Joe Biden? Because the Russians have infiltrated our communications. What would you do in that situation, Apadazai?
Really, you gotta, because I'm gonna answer like the UPK. I'm gonna follow my order. But
what if you have doubts that that's an order that your command gave, and it's not some nefarious intervention that gave that order?
Well, I mean that's who knows that.
You got to follow whatever the last order you got, regardless. All right, that's the point though. If you do that across the whole thing, now you see why it's no joke. This war with Russia and the war is domestic and it's just not no joke. What would you do, Trooper? You given an order to take the city, but you also, the men told you that if you take the city now, they're gonna kill you because you can't take it. You don't have enough soldiers, and they think that order that was given was a spy that gave that order.
I mean, if I'm getting an order from Ottawa, I'm kind of just gonna go with Ottawa and apologize.
That's what the normal. That's
what. I'm just gonna hope the Most High got me in my soul.
Well, we with the Most High, but if you carnal, you don't have the Most High.
Right.
All you got is your command.
I'm gonna be a chicken with his head cut off.
And if you get the command to do something, what if they say this? The pot is out. All the men that's with you. You're not UPK. You don't have the Lord with you. You can't trust in the Lord. The Lord said this. It's just you a carnal heathen. You know what I mean? You John F. Tucker you used to live in Kansas City. Now you're the commander of 10,000 men in Moldova. And the order was take Moldova, take the city. But all your soldiers told you that we got new information that if we try to take this city, we don't have enough firepower. We're gonna die. This is what your men telling you. That's on the ground in Moldova. The people in Washington, D.C., they in Washington, D.C. And they told you, go do it. And the men that's with you said, we can't do it, Captain or General, because we don't have enough soldiers. We thought we did, but I'm sure we don't. We sent a spy to go look. Washington, D.C. on the phone, your men telling you what to do, what you going to do.
Yeah, so for me personally, not being in the truth and not having the Spirit of the Lord, then I would go with the man that's on the ground with me. Like, we gonna ride because I ain't gonna die with somebody sitting in the office, a million miles away.
Right. That's the problem. Yeah, cut that up. At least he care about his men. Now, what if your general says, I don't care if we all gonna die, we gotta do it for our country. What you gonna do then? He above you. Hey, you might say that, but then the guy under you says, fuck that, I'm putting a bullet in his head. And he kills the guy over you and says, you in charge now. What you gonna do now?
We ain't done it.
Hey, I'm with it. Hey, I'm with you. Shit.
Well, I ain't gonna get a bullet in my head either. So
yeah, right. You don't want the men to turn on you. So that's warfare. That's the type of shit you gotta deal with in warfare in a real war. Not fighting little Afghanistan tribesmen with herds and goats and little AKs. We talking real war. Mobilized countries with radios, tanks, guns, weaponry. Not no damn shepherds. This is what Joe Biden have to consider. So when they look at it and they say, well, why in America? You got some people that's so fucking proud. They think America's just so badass. We got intercontinental ballistic missiles. We can destroy everything from 1 million miles away. We'll just crush Russia. If we really went to go to war, we would really just crush Russia. You don't know what the hell you damn talking about, bro. You don't know what you're talking about. If Joe Biden knew it was a win-win situation, he would have already went and took out Russia. It ain't that simple. It ain't never that simple. When is a fight that simple? Even somebody like, man, I'm gonna whoop that dude. He ain't nothing. Even then, you'll be nervous. Like, I don't know though. What if something happens? What if, what if you just don't know? Now you're just nervous. That's Joe Biden right now. I would hate to be Joe Biden, boy. But he's sleep. But he's shaking like he got arthritis or something. It's over for you devils, man. It's your country is falling. Babylon is falling. You only got a little bit of time left. Enjoy it. Like that's how we used to say. Like 2014, when I was in the truth, the camp we used to always say, "This is your time now. Enjoy it. Go to Disneyland." You remember we say these brothers at camp used to say, "Man, go to Disneyland. Go do what you want to do with yourself." You know what I mean? It's true. Y'all need. They should. It's over now. Disneyland shut down. Y'all should have went back then. When we told them to go to Disneyland back in 2014, they didn't go. They figured they had the next 20 years to go. Now Disneyland, you're going to catch virus and die at Disneyland. Kids going to be with no parents. We tried to tell them. They can't say we didn't tell them. They can't say the prophets didn't warn you about what to do and what was going to happen.
So like,
go ahead, Ward.
It's so funny, too, because we was at camp. You get those devils come up and like, well, what can I do? What can I do?
Yeah.
You can kiss these boots and go live the best life you can.
Basically, that's what we used to tell them. Because they would always come up and ask that question and say that. And we used to tell them, go enjoy it. Go live it up. This is your kingdom. Because we knew they only got a little bit of time left because the scripture said that.
That's right.
They couldn't go to Disneyland last year. It was a fucking lockdown, COVID. COVID's still out. Go to Disneyland now, you sitting there 6 feet from every person. How fun is that? Or you next to every person getting sick. How fun is that? We told them to enjoy it when they had the chance. Now that time has passed. You don't have no more time to enjoy America. America's done. Stick a fork in it. Go ahead, Warrior.
If I may, I don't know if I was watching a video. I don't know if it came from you, Cap. But I know it came from one of the Ottawa. And it consisted of this. If you have been a devil in the last 400 years and you out here suffering, man, you the lowest of the low. You ain't shit. Shalaki. You just.
I know what you're saying. We didn't say it like that. We said.
I know you ain't saying
no, we said this is how we said it. I know what you're talking about though. We used to say, if you live in poor, you say, I'm poor too. I'm just that. We used to say, this is your kingdom. If you live in poor, you gotta take that up with your people. That's your fault.
Damn right.
You should be living it up. You should be rich, be the president. This is your kingdom. Yeah, this is your time to shine. If you ain't shining in your own time, you gotta take that up with your own people. Yeah, that's what we used to tell them. So it's over now. They ain't even got a chance no more. It's pretty much it's just like a downhill from here. Like you see the little graphs going down, the stocks, the money, the profits are going down. That's America.
That's right.
They had a chance 10 years ago. They should have lived it up.
So what, Ottawa?
Yeah, they should have lived it up 10 years ago. Now, all they got to look forward to is unstable shit. A whole bunch of unstable shit. News, war, don't know what to do, just unstable. Money going up funny. You don't know if the shit gonna cost $5 or $100 when you go into the store. Shit, I went and bought some wings like a month ago. It was $11. It used to be $10. Then I went to 3 weeks ago. It was $12 for the same order. I might go in there next week. It's gonna be $20. Who knows? That's what they got to deal with now. You should have took advantage of it when you had the chance. So you towards the end of America, Babylon has fallen. America cannot fight no war with Russia. America should run from every thought of war with Russia. But this is the catch-22. You don't fight Russia, Russia gets stronger, and it's a stronger enemy down the line. You do fight Russia now, you got to fight Russia and people in America January 6th all over again. You in your office thinking you've given orders in the Congress building, and there's 50 hillbillies busting down your door, about to fucking beat you to death. What you gonna do? It's not. People think like America just so solid and so powerful. It's still, everybody in America still bleeds red blood. Everybody in America still breathe oxygen. You ain't that invincible. They think they invincible. Everybody who fly the plane, who fly the jet, who know the submarine, who know the nuclear codes, they all breathe oxygen. You understand? And that oxygen has coronavirus in it, and they're dead. Go ahead.
If I may, just to go with what you're saying, I just saw a news report not long ago talking about how China's Navy has basically surpassed ours.
That's a fact.
Come.
China surpassing America in a lot of shit.
Right.
China is urbanizing so many cities in China that they got some cities that urbanize so much, ain't even enough people living there. It's picture a whole city with skyscrapers and everything, and ain't nobody even there. They done built the city too damn fast for the people to move out the farms into the city. China, you think, like look at America. Let's say like New York, right? New York's a big city. It's powerful. It's got a lot going on. China got like 100 New Yorks by now. And they're getting more.
Right.
They're getting more New Yorks. How many more New Yorks is America getting? I mean, Houston came up in the last 20 years. That's like a new New York. But China done got like 20 Houstons every 5 years they got a new Houston. Every 2-3 years they got a new Houston. If you look at the list of cities in China that had like, over 2 million people, like 20 years ago or 40 years ago, it was a small list. Now, that list is like hundreds of cities. Like everybody moved out the farms. And China got a lot of people, yo. China has a lot of people, and they got factories, they got cities, they building shit, they own their shit. America ain't about to be fucking with China. Only thing America got over China, man, is like the allies and stuff like that. But everything else, China's shitting on America, like production, GDP. I wouldn't even say GDP though. America still got that money.
Right.
You understand? But China's coming up in power. Go ahead, Warrior.
So like China has 65 cities with more than 1 million people. 360 cities with between 100,000 and 1 million.
So Indianapolis is like between 100,000 and 1 million considered. So they got 360 Indianapolises. And then 1 million, Chicago has like 1 million people. New York has like 8 million. LA has like 2 million. So they have, how many cities? 65?
65 with at least with more than 1 million people.
So they have more than 65 Chicagos. Chicago got about over 1 million people. They have like 65 Chicagos. How many cities we have over 1 million? So this is just letting you know what's going on out there. Y'all think America just some old, Terminator, unstoppable force. You ain't been out the country lately. Because you go to these other countries, them countries look like America. Got hotels and elevators and escalators and food and brand new buildings and BMWs and fucking Rolls Royces. It's like, damn, I thought this was Vietnam and this looked like Las Vegas. So you better think twice that these countries is weak and ain't got shit going on. Go ahead.
You got 10 cities with 1 million or more.
Look at that. Hold up. That's a lot. I didn't even think it would be that little.
I can name them real quick.
I mean, go ahead.
New York with 8 million, Los Angeles with 3.8, Chicago with 2.7, Houston with 2.3, Phoenix 1.6, Philadelphia 1.6, San Antonio 1.4, San Diego 1.3, Dallas 1.3, and San Jose, California 1.
Look at that. You talking? We got 10 cities, and China got 65. Niggas thought America was doing it big. They thought, New York, LA, Chicago, these are the centers of the world. They modern marvels. That ain't shit. China got 65 Chicagos, 65 New Yorks, 65 LAs. Shit, you better watch them damn Moabites. Go ahead, Warrior.
And if I may, just to go with what both Iran was saying, is speaking on, even when Trump was in office, he was complaining. You know, he all American dollar this, American dollar that. He was complaining on how compared to other places, just like you were saying, Cap, compared to other places, our airports are everything where our big money's supposed to go and look like third world countries.
Yeah.
Compared to other, just like you were saying.
That's why Joe Biden said they made that deal about the infrastructure bill, because they see the infrastructure of America it was ahead of everybody, but since 1990 to now, everybody else done caught up and surpassed us. You look at Dubai. Dubai got way more shit than America. Them fucking Saudi Arabians. Dubai they shitting on America. Ain't no city in America that's up there with Dubai. Las Vegas? Why do you think all the fights is going to Dubai and not in Las Vegas? Because Dubai bigger. Dubai doing Las Vegas times 100. So don't even think about Taiwan and Vietnam and all these other every country's coming up. India, oh man, India's coming up too. Coming out of this third world type way and coming into the modern age. So now everybody's city look like Indianapolis. Sometimes they cities look better. A lot of them cities look better than Indianapolis. They looking at us like we a third world country. Fucking China, he living in the penthouse suite with fresh cut grass and Mercedes Benz with drivers and shit. We ain't living that good. So this is my thing. People in America, it's just like that New York effect, where people in New York think everybody cares about what's going on in New York, when nobody gives a fuck about what's going on in New York except the people in New York. That's what America be thinking. Like the dumb, not the dumb, but the uneducated person in America. They think, man, these other countries can't hold a candlestick to America. America this and America that. I'm a patriot. America. Like, bro, America apparently is lacking behind.
Right.
Because Russia making moves and America ain't did shit. So, all right, you keep watching now. Next thing you know, China gonna make a move. ISIS gonna make another move. Iran gonna make a move. Venezuela gonna make a move. Shit, if I was over head of a country, I'm about to be ready to make a move. Because apparently America ain't doing like it used to do. You stepped across America before, America bringing everything against you. Now it's like, shit, America just looking like, well, ISIS, what we gonna do? Russia, what we gonna do? Who's next? So, all right, like I said, that's the war games that's going on in the White House. And it don't sound like it's fun. It don't sound like it's just, we're going to dominate. So, any questions online? Let's go to last scripture, 2 Ezra 6 and 9. That's why I said, I'm surprised they let the stream go. Because it's not looking good for them. If I was a white person watching this stream, I'd be highly pissed off. I'd be ready to call YouTube. Take them off the air. Did you hear what they said about America? Yep. I'm just saying, the average white person thinks America is like just this unstoppable force when it's slowing down and getting stopped every other way nowadays.
You want it now, okay?
Yep, 2 Ezra 6 and 9.
The 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world. Esau is the what? End of the world.
Go ahead.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
This is what we gotta understand. When they say the end of the world, it's not talking about existence stops. Like everybody just gonna stop existing. Right. It just means the power, what they used to call New World Order, the power structures are gonna change. The kingdoms are gonna fall and things are gonna be different. Life is gonna look different. Best believe, if America were to fall tomorrow, everybody gonna keep living. People gonna keep fighting. People gonna keep working. People gonna keep eating. This is what a lot of foolish people think. They think if America fall, the world will fall. The society would just all fall over and keel over and die.
Right.
When that's a bullshit. People gonna still try to make money. Farmers gonna still be trying to farm. People gonna still be trying to sell food. People still gonna be trying to do stuff. Just ain't gonna be no more America, or a weakened America. Life goes on. Look at Rome. Rome used to be that guy. When Rome fell, life went on. People just continued living, continued having children, continued having parties, continued getting married, still kept eating every day. Just was no more Rome. That's how America gonna be. It's just not gonna be no more America. So better prepare yourself for what's to come. And with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Priest and Officer Napatazak.
ISUPK security announcements. We're at ISUPK. Started out of 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3 and 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew Ma'asher, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, we got the Passover down in Cocoa Beach, Florida, April 14, 15, 16. They got activities all week. Visit the website or get in contact with a school nearest you. You can't believe to get all the details you need. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, scarf, with that, I imagine, which means the rise, with plenty of Hakodam means turn and face the east. The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Wadash, Ayah, Shimka, Yahweh, Malak Waka, Taba'at, Ratazaka, Ayah, Aisha, Baratazak, Kawak, Ayah, Bashemayim, Nathanaw, Lakam, Ka, Yawam, Basalak Lanaw, Kabawat Lanaw, Kasalak Lanaw, Kabawat Lanaw, Wala'ah, Tabiyan, Bunasar 1, Abal, Hawashayan out, Mayan, Rad, Kaya, Lakut, Hamalakwa, Ha'ala, Watapara, Wawalayam, Amun, in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. Give us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. Pray for the Hakat, the power in Hebrew. Yahweh. Bahashim Yahushai. Bakashai. Nathanaw. Hakat. Narpa'ah. Kalmakala. Kalmadawa. Hakat. Latahar. Hamatazarayan. Hakat. La'akim. Amakim. Hakat. Our Karwat, Tama'ala, the Garshan, Bahashim Yahushai, the water Amun, in English, Yahweh, in the name Yahushai, please give us the power, the power to heal, all manner of sickness, and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Pray for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Miyaka Allah.
Wa Miyaka Allah.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Matazabiyah.
Matzabiyah.
Alawapihana.
Alawapihana.
Ha Alawapih.
Ha Alawapih.
Ha Saranya.
Ha Saranya.
Ha Kwatazayanya.
Ha Kwatazayanya.
Ha Kayayoyo.
Ha Kayayoyo.
Wa Kwati.
Wa Kwati.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
The water Aman.
The water Aman.
In the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohanan.
Commanding General Yohanan.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The captains. The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
The anointing prayer in the Hebrew. Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
Wa Shamaraka.
Wa Shamaraka.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Ben Yahweh.
Ben Yahweh.
Alika.
Alika.
Wa Yakanka.
Wa Yakanka.
Yisha'ar Yahweh.
Shai Yahweh.
Ben Yahweh.
Ben Yahweh.
Alika.
Alika.
Wa Shamlika.
Wa Shamlika.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Wa Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapat.
Rapat.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Hagun. All destroyed of Israel.
All is destroyed of Israel.
Done.
All is destroyed of Israel.
All destroyed of Israel.
Done.
The Wallaces,
The Wallaces.
the Thomases,
The Thomases.
and all destroyed Israel.
All destroyed of Israel.
Done.
By Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
The water Aman.
The water on money.
In the English. Yahweh bless thee and keep thee.
Yahweh bless thee and keep thee.
Yahweh make his face shine upon thee.
Yahweh make his face shine upon thee.
And be gracious unto thee.
And be gracious unto thee.
Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee.
Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee.
And give thee peace.
Give thee peace.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect.
Protect.
ISUPK curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen that speak against us.
To the heathen that speak against us.
Thy prophets.
Thy prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The preachers.
The preachers.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers and the school.
The Israelite brothers and the school.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose the treasure.
And shake loose the treasure.
Of the rich of Israel.
Of the rich of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
That refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches.
Force their riches.
To enter into thy sanctuary.
To enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations.
And the nations.
And their drug dealers.
And their drug dealers.
The court system.
Court system.
The prison system.
Prison systems.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Posse Comitazi.
Posse Comitazi.
The gay movement.
The gay movement.
The lesbian movement.
Lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
NASA space program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airwaves.
And the airwaves.
The cable access channels.
And the access channels.
And the radio channels.
And the radio channels.
Convict the spirit.
Convict the spirit.
Of any of thy people.
Of any of thy people.
That seek to stop us.
That seek to stop us.
And bring swift destruction to all the heathen.
And bring swift destruction to all the heathen.
That stand in the way.
And stand in the way.
Or try to stop us.
Or try to stop us.
From broadcasting your words.
Broadcasting your words.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Through the earth and consume them.
Through the earth and consume them.
Let the plague shake.
Let the plague shake.
The house of the thief and the murderer.
The house of the thief and the murderer.
Let Yahweh Shai.
Let Yahweh Shai.
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel,
come down with the flying saucers.
come down with the flying saucers.
And punish all the heathens.
Punish all the heathens
that come up against us.
that come up against us.
As we speak thy word.
As we speak thy word.
Cause to be known by all.
Cause to be known by all.
That is the angels that have done it.
It is the angels that have done it.
Cause to be spread through the media.
Cause to be spread through the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
Sir, face the instructor. We're going to turn and give a salute to the instructor. Mr. Amanu Shabbat. Imagine. Barak.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatham.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatham.
We give a courteous salute to the sisters that may be watching online with Israel Amanu Shabbat. Imagine. Barak.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatham.